quick message before we start. Tarot and oracle cards are amazing tools for self-awareness and guidance. In the right hands, it can truly help you understand the story of your life. However, this should only be support in developing your own intuition and discernment. I ask that this tarot session be guided by the divine for your best path and purpose. Okay, so I haven't done the last week. I missed the readings. It was a hectic week. So we're gonna start from Aries, going all the way to is this Capricorn? Okay, Aquarius and Pisces. Yeah, and this today is gonna be quick because my phone has some kind of charging issue, and I'm sure it's gonna. Let's see how far we get. Is what I want to say. It may end. It may stop halfway, but let's just see how far we get. All right, today I'm using the illuminated playing cards and the dream decoder deck. All right, so let us start with Aries, and that is 136. All right, Aries, so let's get a message, something that would be useful for you right now, something you need to know, something you could act on. Okay, which one? Okay. All right, kind of feels like both, but this one is maybe the one that's stronger. All right, and let's just get you the meanings for that. So we have something about like meaningful work and community life with okay, so the nurse is about a tough situation, staying away from something negative. I can see why this one wanted to come out. Dream about good health. Okay, so it feels like there could be something to do with your community. Yeah, okay, so let's draw some cards on this and see what your message is. Okay, so I have it. I understand what it means for you, Aries. This is, it feels like there's somebody that you're connected to, King and Queen of Pentacles. This could be a partner or somebody you actually thought of as your partner. Aries, you could be going through something that is difficult with them right now, or they could be. It's a situation where I think it has to do with how you two come together, like the relationship. There's some difficulty here, and however, this is the one that was telling you about the difficult situation, right? The nurse. This also talks about good health. So what is telling me, Aries, your message from the universe is if you have a partner, if you are in relation to somebody, or there is like a connection that there has been some difficulty in emotionally as well, it could feel, and this is your card, Aries. So it could feel like there is a chance for this to repair itself. So this is about recovery and repair in your situation. This is somebody that with the offer, with the expression of emotional care, support, love, all of that, and taking some time to work on your situation, things can actually change. it can actually have a good chance of recovery and repair. Now, I know that sounds simple. Like, what do you mean by recovery and repair? What are the things that would need to happen here? Queen of Wands. Okay, so there's a King of Hearts here. This goes right back to, like, it kind of feels, Aries, like whatever this situation is, you may not have expressed your feelings. King of Cups is somebody that has the feeling but doesn't necessarily show it. And you may feel like, yeah, I know I love them, I know I care about them, but there's some kind of empowerment that needs to happen. This kind of feels like there's another person here. I am not going to read too much into your story, and you will know best what this is. But with the King of Diamonds and the Queen and the two Queens, right, is what I want to say. It could feel like if there is somebody else, then that would need to clearly be cleared up before you two could come together. If this is not that, and it's more confidence needs to be built between the two of you, because it's like whoever this Queen of Diamonds is to you is maybe not feeling that great about the partnership, because maybe there's some insecurity. And so it feels like there's a time that there's some patience in allowing the situation to settle, and then we could take action, then we can express how we feel. So this doesn't mean like neglect the situation. This is about like expressing care to somebody you love and showing the intention that you want to work on the situation, right? And Eight of Wands is take action, communicate. Yeah. That is your message. So I'm hoping that this is helpful to you, Aries. And yeah, but one thing I wanted to say though is that, okay, let's look at the signs. You could be an Aries that has earth element, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You could be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn. There's also like Pisces energy. There's this is you. This is Aries. There's Sagittarius. There's Cancer and Libra. And we did mention Virgo already. Scorpio energy as well. So that's what we have for you, Aries. It looks like you can repair a situation here, and I want that for you. All right, so we're going to move on to Taurus. All right, so for Taurus is at 816. All right, so what do we have for Taurus here? What is the message that, a whole lot. What's the message that needs to come out for Taurus? One or two only, please. All right, the key is here. So let's just get your meaning for that. Taurus, it says something about there's a locked door, but there's a solution coming. So there's like learning some kind of insight or secret here that you may not have been privy to. Okay, so let's see what that is about for you, Taurus. All right, so okay, what do we have? We have somebody that's you might want a new beginning with somebody, Taurus. You might feel like you actually don't want to be separated from somebody. You might feel like you probably have had a chance at a single life. You've probably been living I don't want to say solitary, but you have had, separation from this person. You've had a chance to experience your life away from them, and it feels like what you might be wanting is actually a new start where you are more in connection with this person. I'm almost wondering if it's like you you felt like what it's like to be with this person and away from this person, and now it's like I prefer to be in relation to this person. But it feels like your connection or whatever this is there's a separation, right? And so the solution, right, the key issue is how do we get back to, or how do we get to that place? If this is past or if it's new, it doesn't matter. It's how do we go beyond that barrier now of us being separate, but let's try to get to the place where we can connect and maybe a new start for both of us. All right, so what comes out for you is very similar to Aries. You could have Aries in your chart. Is what there is a need for is actually expressing, communicating how you feel. And I know that is the most difficult thing for people, but the solution is you can have that happiness, right? This is a Four of Wands. This is, you have the possibility. It's almost like you need, it's what do they say? Closed mouths don't get fed. I think that's the saying. You just need to say. And I know it sounds simple, right? Let's go into more detail because I kind of find like I'm always saying we need to communicate. That is the Jack of Spades, right? This is, we need to be more open, more forthright, more forthcoming with how we feel. And that is actually, it feels like there's some kind of reciprocal energy. So it's almost like, Taurus, you might be setting the stage for this person to share with you. It's almost like if you say, then maybe they will say. You know, sometimes it's like people don't share their feelings, and then one person says something and that could really like open the door. That depends if people are like have open hearts, but I kind of feel like that is the solution for you here in what you want to have happen with your person or whatever situation this is. Could be home life. You want that happiness again. We need to express what we feel. Sometimes emotional expression is, because it's so rare, it actually just softens everybody in the situation. And I don't mean to do it manipulatively, but it's, do it from your heart. Be authentic. That's the solution. It's not more complex than that. I hope that is useful to you, Taurus, and hoping that the situation works out for you. All right, so we are gonna do who is this? Gemini. All right, for Gemini, Gemini is at 1318. All right, Gemini. And if you have like Gemini in your chart somewhere, and when I say in your chart, I mean sun, moon, rising. And how do you know what is where? There's a free natal chart that you can click on online and just put your dates in and you'll find it. All right, so for Gemini, what's the message? Something they can use. Going ahead. Okay, we have two and they don't want to be separated. All right, duck and garden. All right, so let's get your meanings here. So the duck card talks about a physical or emotional journey, the arrival of a message, being informed of something. And then the garden talks about something meaningful happening in your life, cultivating new skills and relationships. Okay, so Gemini, could feel like there is a situation here. I don't even know if it's a situation. There's an energy that is around you. New relationships are going to come into formation. You could also be about to study or learn something. So, even something like changing careers, embarking on some kind of new path where you're learning what you need to learn to move forward. Yeah, an emotional journey where this could even be like you've had some kind of situation with somebody, and then you learn something which helps you on that journey, right? So let us look a little bit deeper. What is this about for Gemini? All right. Okay. Yeah. It's like truth, right? This is the card of we're going to understand something clearly here. And with the judgment card, it's something which is actually going to illuminate a lot for you. So this kind of feels like communication coming through from somebody, or it highlights a situation you've been in, Gemini. Now, what is the issue? This is some kind of either friendship or relationship. There's some social situation that you feel has been unfair, you feel has been unjust for you, and that's what I was saying. It's an emotional journey with some people or a person that you just feel like maybe you have been blocked from this, or this person has put up walls, or for some reason there's a restriction that you just can't seem to bring it together, even though you two could have been in the same social group, or if this is like your friends, you two are you are connecting with people, but there's some situation that isn't fair, right? And what your solution looks like is there is a new opportunity coming, which is actually going to be like really exciting. Now, is it a chance with these people, or is it new? Closing a cycle is here. So you could be at a point where whatever information that these two cards told us you're going to learn is actually going to close your cycle out, Gemini, with either this group of people, because it feels like either it's been really difficult with these people or this person, and it feels like that's coming to an end. It can also mean a renewal. The Ace of Pentacles can be a renewal in your journey with someone. So let me just find out, like, is it the same person? We have the Emperor, Six of Cups in reverse. So it feels like no. It feels like it feels like new, because the Six of Cups is like someone that you know from the past, someone you're familiar with. It's not this same person. This is the person you've had difficulty with, right? Because all of this is in reverse. You could have been dealing with somebody that was a little bit controlling, difficult type of personality, hard to make a headway with. But you know them, right? This person could have been quite self-focused, but new. There's a new opportunity for you, Gemini. I love that for you, because I can see you've been through something here. I just want to pull on this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you two could have just not seen eye to eye, right? Just like butting heads with this person. You can't make headway with this person. There's no intention to move forward, right? It's just stuck in this place of back and forth. Energies that are not moving. They're just more interested in going against each other. So what I see is actually something really nice here. It's closing out this cycle, as we said, and a new opportunity comes in. It's kind of funny. You'll find it's almost funny how the minute you close out a cycle with somebody or a situation that's difficult, something good comes right back in. Okay, so there's like balance for you. All right, Gemini, that is what I have for you. We're gonna look now at Cancer. All right, so let's have a look at Cancer. Cancer is 2010. Let's see where we are on our battery, on our phone battery. All right, so Cancer, what do we have for you? Please give us a card for Cancer. Gift. Okay, and that is so clear. It's, you know, everybody's been getting like 2 cards. 1 card, the gift. Okay, I love that. And now we have our lawn being mowed. Okay, I'm hoping this sound is not gonna drown out what's happening here. Okay, so the gift, the message of the gift card is receiving special treatment or feeling like you are seen as special to someone. Oh, it can also represent keeping secrets or talents being misused, but we're going to find out which one it is right now. Tell us for Cancer what the situation is. Okay, so Cancer, feeling special to someone. 5 of Cups is here. So there's clearly some kind of sadness about a situation here with you and somebody. Maybe you feel like this is ending, right? And this person could have made you happy. This person could have made you happy, but there's an energy of things coming to a close. I know people don't like to hear this, right? But we have to speak the truth here. I want to find out about this. I want to find out some more about that. What's this 5 of Cups here? Okay, is it that somebody took too long in a situation and then the opportunity for reconnecting or connecting, opportunity for coming together didn't quite work? We have the 3 of Wands, so this is almost like somebody waiting on you, waiting on somebody else to come in and do the action. So it's like a passive stance. I'm waiting on them to tell me. I'm waiting on them to take this action. I'm waiting on them to start this relationship, etc., etc. It kind of feels like, yeah, that's what's happening. This could have been somebody, Cancer, that you could have felt like there was a possibility of actually connecting to them, but it feels like why do I keep saying it? Feels like it became a little bit of a burden because relationships started to become a little bit toxic, codependent, in the way that you two are. Okay, I'm uncovering a lot. Like, I feel like, Cancer, you may have gotten upset with this person. You may have said some things to this person that were like harsh truths, is what you felt like. You could have put up some barriers, and it totally changed the direction of where you two were going. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying that you're reacting to something that happened, and that's how it happened, right? And it changed the direction of something that was going towards firm foundations, right? You and this person had the potential to be in like a happy connection. You were going towards that place, but it feels like, you know, there's some regrets in how things happen. Maybe you wish you were more patient with this person. Maybe you wish you had taken it slower. Maybe you wish you had maybe just like gained some kind of grounding or plan for how to work through it. But with the solution cards here, okay, this is calling you out of a stuck place. This is calling you out of inaction. Between the 2 of you, I'm not sure who is doing this, but maybe it's both of you, right? Because I do see that, you know, we have regrets, and when you are in that place, you you're not in the active place. This is okay. Maybe now we need to look at something from a new perspective, and then now we need to express that, take action, move, go towards whatever it is that we want here, right? Because we're coming out of this two of spades, this stuck energy. Okay, so now I kind of feel, because you got the gift card, that this might be coming in towards you. I'm not saying you're not to take action, but let me pull a card on that, actually. But this is the gift coming in for you. This is feeling like you are special to someone. So it could feel like somebody here is overcoming some kind of sadness, regret energy, and actually going to make you feel, I'm not sure if they're going to say, but they're going to make you feel like you have a place in their heart. And that is sweet. You know, it feels like that was what was missing. No, I said I would pull on, what did I say I was going to pull on? I said I was going to pull on how this is going to happen. Somebody has been in your situation. Somebody has really been overthinking and worrying and like considering all their options. And yeah, it's just it's maybe become too much for this person. And it's like, yeah, it's like a heavy weight. Somebody wants to just say, I want to say how I feel. That's going to relieve a lot of the feelings of real relief, sadness, guilt, all of that. So it feels heavy, but it's actually a good outcome, is what I want to say for you, Cancer. Yeah, that's your message. Who do we have here? We have Gemini. We have Virgo energy. We have Aries, Virgo again. We have Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Libra, and Pisces. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Cancer. Now we're gonna do Leo. Okay, so Leo is at 2749. All right. Leo, let us see, what is a message here for you? What is the message here for you, Leo? I feel like I need to do a shuffle after Cancer's reading. Yeah. I don't know. I seem to get like the difficult emotional messages. You know, different readers get different things when you tap in. But I seem to get like this kind of really emotional difficulty between people. Yeah. I kind of feel like we're each kind of designated to get certain messages. And so that's like mine. Anyway, so for Leo, what do we have here for Leo? All right, we have 2 cards, 3 cards. All right, it kind of feels like the card for you, Leo, is this, it's like walls and nakedness. And then we have that extra card there. All right, so let's get your meanings. All right, so the walls card talks about a pleasant interaction, a cheerful friend or stranger. Okay, that's a good start. Let's look at the nakedness card. It talks about vulnerability, an aspect of yourself that is private that you feel is being revealed. So already so far it feels like maybe there's a friend or some encounter with somebody, a friend or a stranger, that you might be having to be a little bit more bare or open with. I don't know if you feel good about that, but let's see the this last card here. Can represent luck, ambition, greed, selfish thoughts, and overindulgence. Okay. Determination. Okay. So it kind of feels like what I'm seeing, Leo, is don't get stuck on the meanings of the card per se. It's together. The meaning is you might be encountering somebody that you feel good with, and or a stranger. This could be by way of whatever kind of happenstance. Sometimes you just meet people and it feels like you might be able to be a little bit more vulnerable, open with this person. Maybe this is somebody you know, because it does say a cheerful friend. And maybe you want to be forthcoming about something that's happened. Maybe you feel that this is something that you've done in connection to them, and you want to be a little bit more expressive, right? And I think that is maybe good. That's actually really good, because it talks about reflecting on what you have, how you've shown up, and then how you want to address it with this person. All right, so let's pull some more cards on that and find out for Leo. Tell us more. All right, Leo, this is about your wish fulfillment, right? I kind of think you're at a place where have, you want to achieve what you would like to happen. So you could have some desire, I want this, especially we're talking about like the ability to open up, to talk about something difficult with a friend or someone we know. And so that could be what you feel like you want to do. In order to have a new start with this person or this situation, it feels like you need to, you feel like you need to clear this situation up, which it might not be anything terrible, right? It might just be, oh, I cut you off in a conversation and I want to apologize for that, right? Or it could be as big as, I'm sorry, I didn't consider you in something, it just might be anything. And but I do feel like you actually want to connect with this person. You want some kind of new opening here. You want to just have a fresh start, is how I would describe this. And you're interested in figuring out how that can happen. And I love that, because that's always good, right? That's like, how do we connect to people? And King of Hearts is telling me that you actually do have a lot of love and feeling for this person. You may not have been expressive, or you may have done this in a way that maybe was quick or rash. Like Jack of Spades is like either watching for the other person's expression of feeling before we say what we feel, or Jack of Spades is also maybe saying things in a quick way or rash way, and then it can't fully be captured as, I care about you type of energy. Maybe you say like, oh, your hair looks good today, and you mean like, I really like you, but that's not what came across. What came across is your hair looks good, right? So it's something like that. It's kind of something like that. And so it feels like the love is here, the feeling is here, but this is the part that maybe needs to have the work, is like, how do we express the breadth of that? And that is the vulnerability energy, right? It's going to be rough to be a little bit vulnerable, but I do see that whoever this person is kind of maybe makes you happy, and so it's worth it, right? So solution, what is the solution? Queen of Clubs with the Four of Hearts. There needs to be some kind of closure of something else. Who is this and what is this Queen of Clubs? So much came out. Okay. Leo. Ooh, okay. Okay. I see what's happening. Leo, you could have, this is somebody else in the picture. This is, because there's a heaviness about being connected to some other situation with this Three of Diamonds, and this is like rough, right? This is, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but maybe this is a friend that you feel like whatever situation was happening on the side, put this person's back up, and you just want to come clean because it feels like you want to transform a situation. All right, is there another way I could read this? Let's see, because I don't want the Leo story to be Leo had somebody else and now they need to like come clean to somebody else that they care about. All right, so how else can I read this? Okay, we can read it as Leo, you might need to, and this is actually Leo Aries energy. So you might want to be a little bit more confident and empowered in your situation in order to change the dynamic, right? The Death card is we're going to transform what's here. One thing ends and we have to change that into something new, right? It feels like maybe the space we were acting from before is we had feelings, but the way that we showed up with them maybe wasn't abundant. It wasn't flourishing, right? It wasn't giving and expressive in some way, which is not really, it's not very Leo-like, but you know, things happen to different people. Sometimes our heart closes for different people, different reasons. I said different people. Okay. So that is the other way of seeing it, right? We could potentially, if we are with somebody and that situation, this third situation is causing an issue and you really want to sort this out, maybe there's something here about separation or transformation energy. The other thing here, take that only if that's for you, right? The other thing here is if that was not you, then this is, we want to be more confident in relation to this person so that we can actually change the energy. Okay, Leo, that is what I have for you. Wishing you all the best with this. Kind of feels like the collective is going through a lot because the messages are a little bit hard to hear, and I can understand why this is but anyway, I named my channel Self-Discovery Support. This is not love messages, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's things that can be hard to hear. So who we have next is Virgo. All right, let's see how we're doing on battery. Okay, not bad. 38 for Virgo. Okay. You know, today I'm just taking my time. I have like a small bit of time and it's been a long week. Just taking my time. I normally try to like be a little bit more efficient. But yeah, I am just taking my time with these. Okay, so Virgo. I almost said Leo. Virgo. What message do we have here for Virgo? Something that will help them in this time of their life. One card. I love that. And it's the turtle card. I saw a queen card. Literally the queen card. I saw the queen card come out. You know that song, the K-pop song, Queen Card. Anyway, so that could be what's going on for you, Virgo. You're in your queen card era. Turtle, let's see your meaning on that. So the turtle talks about perseverance in working towards your goals and determination. Okay, I definitely think that that queen card was for a reason. And we have the bear. So let's see what that is. The bear is protectiveness, raw power, awakening. Okay, wow. Virgo, your energy. Your energy is top tier right now. Okay. The sun and the moon. Okay, this is what's going on, Virgo. Virgo, you are going through some major stuff right now, but it's actually good. This is, you have like put some kind of, there's some kind of grit you've developed. I mean, Virgo is known for like hard work anyways, but there's some kind of push through that you have, like if there's a follow through that's happening right now. It's almost, it makes me think of like execution, you know, like when you have people who are sports people, and you know, they'll say like, what did you do to win this race? And they'll say like, I just focused and executed. Like that's what I'm seeing here. You're focusing, you're executing, and you're pushing through something that's been really rough. Now with the three of diamonds, this is a situation. It's the coming together with somebody, or the collaborative experience with somebody. So this could, it doesn't quite talk about love, but it could be the dynamic between you and somebody, or the dynamic in a group, that it feels like with the sun and moon, you've experienced the highs and you've experienced the lows with this situation. It's been like your greatest triumph and some of your darkest times with this particular situation. Now, as I say that, you will know what it is. It could be work, it could be with a particular person, or it could be a friend group or something like that. Now, your solution comes up as Jack of Spades and Ten of Spades with the Awakening card. So it kind of feels like you're being called to actually move swiftly towards the things you have been learning. So I think that this has been a big learning period for you. You've you've been learning about like power dynamics between people. You've been learning about like power struggle in relationships. You've been learning about as I said, the highs and the lows in relationships. And it feels like you've come through, Virgo. This, what was a difficult time, you've actually come through something that was rough. No, I'm seeing a devil card there. I'm not even going to mention that. That is being in a toxic cycle here with whoever this person, and you have this protective card. It's almost like this situation just kind of like uncloaked your power, right? Because it's like you said, no, you're not going to keep me down. You're not going to be the end of me. You're not going to make me small. And I see that your solution now is to take everything you learned, move swiftly towards where you want to have this go. So it might mean for you, for some of you, it could mean closing out a cycle. It could mean putting to bed things that are not useful to you. It could also mean taking the call forward, right? You'll realize certain things about yourself and people that you're being called forward to. And there's a perseverance card, right? You just push through. You're going to get to something. There's some bigger thing at the end of this. What is it? Let's see. What's the possibility? Ooh, big changes. But your life going forward is not going to look the same as it did before. Now, I know that is a little bit disruptive to an earth sign to hear, like, what do you mean we have to change, right? But yes, there's going to be change, but it's going to be for the better. And with the Six of Clubs, this is triumph, this is accomplishments, this is awards, this is being recognized. So that is, I mean, I don't know what else to say for you, Virgo. That's what I have. That's share power. So I am wishing you the best, Virgo, with all of this. I can see you've come through the rough patch. So let's do Libra. Libra is 45, 27, 45, 27. Okay. All right, for Libra, what message do you have? Something that will benefit them in their daily life. Libra. Island. Okay. I love that. Island with the snake. Okay. All right. I'm going to look up your meaning and just give me a second, Libra. Island talks about a period of comfort after recent struggles, and ambitions is on the horizon. So it can represent peacefulness, isolation, or solitude. So with the snake here, I feel like I absolutely have to look at that. I think it's going to tell me what you've come through. A symbol of transformation or renewal. Change is underway. Okay, so your card, Libra, is you come through something and there's a big change. I don't know if it's a big change. Let me not exaggerate, but it's change that is going to renew your sense of calm, peace, and your centeredness, your sense of self. All right, so please tell me more about this. All right, so that is the card of clear empowerment and confidence and achieving what you want. All right, so it kind of feels like there's some home life situation. There's some kind of either a marriage or a commitment that maybe was communicated or you acted on. Something happened really quickly. We moved into a space really quickly, and either that or it's coming towards you. Sometimes that Eight of Clubs is like, this is what's coming towards you. So if you have been in a state of like unhappy home, unhappy married life, unhappy relationship, any of those things, something is coming towards you that actually seems really good. Now, the Jack of Spades in your solution and the Two of Clubs is, all right, I'm going to say this. Sometimes when we go through something, we can be very hesitant in taking the action that is needed to, like, it's almost like reaching out to grab it, right? Sometimes if you've been hurt, you can be hesitant to grab the thing that is for you. And this is telling you that when you see the thing, the person, it feels more like a relationship that you have been pulling in. I think I was saying it in somebody else's reading that when you go through a period of difficulty and you release the difficult thing, sometimes a good thing, the thing you manifested or wanted, comes straight in. And it's meant to be like the lesson or the reward in a way. It's like you had to learn something in that difficult, sometimes karmic situation in order to pull something in. And it kind of feels like what I'm seeing for you, Libra, is the place where you have gone through that karmic situation, that difficult situation, and now it's like it's about to come and you need to know so that you can just grab it. Whoever this is or whatever this relationship dynamic is that's coming in is actually going to be really peaceful, right? This is Temperance. This is the energy of calm. We've waited a long time, but things have settled. We flow together really well type of energy. So I am so thrilled for you. And this is going to make you just feel like amazing if you are, whoever this is. I'm not going to do genders, but this person is someone that you are attracted to, someone that you find alluring, they find you alluring. There's all of that, right? There's all of that spiciness there. All right. So, anything else? I feel like I need to say that you two might be, you two might have had a kind of like, you might start with a kind of like difficult conversation. Now, I don't want to say difficult. You two might, like butt heads, but it's like the energy of passion in a way. It's like, it's telling me, it's almost like that's how you're going to know, or this dynamic that you have with somebody is actually going to change into something that is the happy humming together type of energy. Yeah. So that is what I have for you, Libra. That looks great. I'm sure it's well deserved. So let us move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio, you've been having some difficult readings recently to do with a relationship that maybe is ending or heartbreak. I have not been doing the signs. I need to call out the zodiac signs. Apologies, Libra. So let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio is now at 5134. All right, so for Scorpio, a message for them. Island, again, you saw I shuffled that. Island, are you dealing with a Libra, Scorpio, or do you have Libra in your chart? So it's a time of peace after a difficult period. So a time of, it could even be isolation as well. So let's see what's happening here. Yes, okay. Okay, so Scorpio, you are, I see, at a point where you have like, you're speaking nothing but truth. You're not dealing with anybody's BS, and you are calling people out left, right, and center. Right? I think you're at a time in life where you're like, me, myself, and I, not in a selfish way, but in, I need time away from people to kind of recenter and regroup. Maybe you need time away from a specific person. We have 2 9s here. No, that is closing out cycles. That is wrapping up something. I almost think sometimes it's like we learn something, the cycle is closing. And so I see that that is really here. So your island card is a little bit different from Libra's, who just got this card. Your island card is more about focusing on yourself. It's like you're in this hermit mode where you're trying to heal, you're trying to sort through some things. It's going to guarantee some kind of level up. I guarantee you, because this is your card. It's a death card, right? And it's not death as in we're gonna die. It's change, it's transformation. And I see that you are taking some type of cocoon energy, like you're trying to heal through something really difficult. Really, this could be even your issues you have with people around you. Maybe I just heard of like a tie, some kind of tie you have to somebody that's been toxic, some kind of bond or situation that feels like you can't, it has a hold on you. Even like fights or quarrels you've had with people, you wanting to end this. This is your solution. I'm going straight to your solution because it's such a strong energy. This situation, it might seem like it's one person, one thing, is actually going to be a big life lesson. You're healing this thing so that you'll change. It's a forever change. This type of card it's a forever change. So right now you might feel like you want to take a break, you're isolating a little bit from people. That's fine, because that's needed to create the change and the peace, right? Which is the island brings in that sense of peace for you. Now let's look at this. This is hermit energy. This is focusing on your work, focusing on yourself, focusing on your life, and becoming more resilient and reliable for yourself, and just satisfying your own self, right? So that's where you are, is what I'm seeing. And if that's what you're doing, that is going to be good for actually healing and changing this dynamic. I want to see what that is. What is this? You have been through a lot, Scorpio. It's like a massive change, something that was really a difficult thing, but this is also your energy. So even though these things are like big changes, and normally, I was going to say for normal people, Scorpio is different. For normal people, this card is like big shock. But actually, this is the Scorpio card. So it's built into your dynamic. It's built into who you are, that you are going to have these big moments of change and transformation. And it's like you're getting clearer on your path. You've seen some kind of dynamic between you and somebody that it was not fair. It was never going to be fair for you, is what I'm seeing. And that's what you're healing now. You're like, I'm taking a break, or you're being asked to do that. Take the break from the difficult challenges. You don't have to pour into people who are toxic, disruptive in your life. And sometimes this card can mean addictions to things through pathways like substances, or even sex as well. And so you might be, if I go deeper with that, it could feel like, because you're isolating, it could feel like this is some kind of partnership you've had, or relationship to somebody that has been based on not a good foundation, an addicting foundation. And that's hard to hear, right? I know. But the point of this is to get back to your peace, your state of peace. And that's what I want for you. And so this person, or these people, whoever this is, separating, transforming your relationship to them is what is going to actually take you back to your state of peace, which I know is what we all want, right? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. I am wishing you the best with this situation. I see that you have it handled. And I said, like, Scorpio is not like everybody else. And that is kind of true. Scorpio is like an emotional and fiery powerhouse, and has connection to a lot of things that bridge two sides karmically. So yes, Scorpio is some kind of powerhouse. Now, Sagittarius is what we're going to look at now. 5826. What do we have for Sagittarius? I feel like Sagittarius has been having like a good, generally good reading. It's, it's not too heavy. So let's see what we have for Sagittarius. Something that can benefit Sagittarius in their life. The squirrel, okay. And with the ice cream, okay, that's a nice card. All right, so let's just get your meaning really quickly, and then we'll go into the tarot here. So what does the squirrel mean? Enjoyable visit with friends is on the horizon. Symbol of self-preservation and preparedness. And then let's see the ice cream card. Trying to lift your spirits in a difficult situation. Could be in success as well. All right, so it feels like, Sagittarius, that you could be socializing or connecting to people quite soon, or maybe you're in the moment, you're doing that, and it's actually an attempt to help you feel more socially grounded, I feel like you could be a Sagittarius that, like, I think of like social butterfly, or like you need to be around your family and friends to feel connected. And I feel like that is what is happening here. Now, I think it's going to tell me a little bit more about your situation. I feel called to use this deck. Okay. Please tell me more. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. And two sevens. Two sevens. Okay. And all right. So, Sagittarius, this has been I think you've been a little bit worried about a situation that's not moving ahead. It's not going forward. And of course, that is the big Sagittarius energy, right? You want things to move ahead. I think Sagittarius always wants things to be moving ahead, and even quickly. But it feels like you've been a little bit in your head now about why something isn't moving ahead, why it's created some kind of confusion or confusing energy. And I really think that what you want is just to have your wishes fulfilled, right? You desire something or someone in your life, and it's been a little bit disappointing because of this not moving ahead, right? I want to find out about that actually. Why has this been like this? 10 of diamonds. Okay, so you could be a Sagittarius that's been dealing with like your finances. You've been trying to sort out your job, your career, how much money you have, like your stability, right? And it kind of feels like that could be a reason as well. Another reason could be that with the three of clubs here, it's like this is giving me actually another spin on your story. You could be a Sagittarius that it's like you, whatever this is, you desire something, someone, a relationship, etc. But you know in yourself that you need to wait for a while before you either commit to a relationship, or you wait until you get more stable on your feet. And it feels like you're a little bit worried, you were worried that because of this, what you desired or who you desired, it wasn't going ahead with, right? And so there's a kind of like, what do I do about this energy? I kind of feel like five of diamonds, there's a missing of somebody. So maybe you felt like you don't have something to offer to somebody. You really like this person, right? You really desire that person, but it feels like because you have to do this thing for yourself, you are worried that you're not going to get on the track with this person or whatever the situation is, right? And so now it's like getting together with someone. So it makes me think with this squirrel that actually you could be getting together with this person, because in your solution, I'm seeing that it's the Jack of Clubs, which is your energy, Sagittarius, and the Sun. And with the Nine of Clubs, it's like, okay, it's the energy to move forward, to try again in your situation and be optimistic, because a lot of this is the issue. We're worried about things that sometimes just kind of invent themselves. So you might feel like, oh, I need to work on my finances. So like this person is gonna, I'm not gonna have enough time to do this and that with this person. But that's a worry, right? That's a thought. That is something that is looking at the regrets of the past sometimes and not seeing where you are now, right? What you could focus on, Sagittarius, is you're diligently working towards your goals. What is needed? What's needed is actually, Jack of Clubs is actually a message. You need to take action towards what it is that you want, but in a positive way. So with positive thoughts, we can try again, we can achieve what we want, we will get what we want. This is also success, right? And so with that energy, you actually will be in the space to welcome in what and who you want to be in connection with. This is happening for a reason, right? You know you need to take care of certain things in life, but it doesn't mean that you have to separate yourself from what you want. Why is this Five of Cups here? I need to know. Maybe you have some kind of regret about waiting on or not investing in what you actually desired. All right. Yes, there's something about like not taking action, like sitting something out, blocking something off. Yeah. When what was needed maybe is like a more positive way of seeing the situation. Here's a thought, like sometimes when you are doing something difficult in your life, we are tempted to say, like, not multitask, right? We are doing that thing. I'm starting my business, full stop. That means that if I met the person that I think I would marry, okay, that person has to stay put. Or I'm not going to pursue that because I'm doing my business. But you can actually, humans do various things at different times, and you can, as long as you have those discussions, right? You could say to that person, I have a business that needs a lot of my time right now, but I also like you. I'd love to see you. With that, how can we work that out? You know, right? It's something like that that I'm seeing. And if that's the case, you know, I'm sure it can be worked out. Here, I'm seeing that you actually have, there's a lot of good energy for you to resolve that, Sagittarius. So that is what I have for you. Wishing you all the best with this situation of yours. All right, so we're making our way around to Capricorn. Today's reading went by really fast. All right, so let's do Capricorn. 106.59. All right, Capricorn. What do we have for Capricorn? What do we have for Capricorn? Something that can help Capricorn in their life. Capricorn. You have the bed card. Okay. Nurse. Okay. All right. Right. I'm going to get your meaning, but I know what I'm seeing already. All right. All right. All right. The state, okay. The status and quality of your relationship, an amorous relationship in your life. Okay, right? So I wasn't too far off. With the nurse, it's like trying to heal something, right? I think. Good health. Tough situation, need to stay away from something negative. All right, so Capricorn, yours is like directly a spicy reading, but you know, that's the message that is here. Somebody could have a cat. All right, so okay, Capricorn, what is going on here? Okay. Capricorn, no. There's a situation here. You are there's somebody that you have a lot of feelings for, and you might want a new start with them. This feels like could be somebody like a lover or someone from the past, or just somebody that you feel quite safe, comfortable with. It could even be somebody you're meeting new, right? With these two cards. But it feels like it's not going in a way that is satisfying to you. Like you feel like maybe nothing is happening, or you want like a new chance here. That is what I'm seeing. There's some kind of new opportunity that is needed or wanted. And with this bed card, Capricorn, I kind of feel like that new opportunity for you is you want to be intimate with this person. Like you want that to be the thing that happens to bring this together, right? I don't see that this is just like a casual thing. I see like deep affection, deep admiration, love, and choosing this person. But that doesn't mean that, right, that feeling isn't there, right? That is the feeling that is leading this. And that's great because sometimes that is what leads us to our person, right? It's the sexual desire. Um, now, Queen of Swords. Okay, somebody could be holding back. Somebody could be holding back from this situation with you. Maybe they're just very like curt or sharp, or they're wary. They have boundaries up and they're holding back. They're in their little space, and maybe they're not in this energy here with you yet. But let us see. Why is this here? Why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay, I think I know why. You have just been, this is somebody you separated from. I don't think there's like a particular reason that's coming out. It's just you two, you're both single. That's essentially what this card is saying. You're both just in your own world, and here you are feeling all this kind of like, I'd like to reconnect with this person. I feel like I desire that and them. I want a new start with them. So that's really sweet. You know, it's you know what you want. Now, the solution, right? Cuz how do we get to what you want, Capricorn? There is a balancing of the situation. There are some hurdles that you two had to overcome. Now let's look at that because that's kind of vague. What is this? What are the hurdles here? All right, so there's some regrets that happened in the past, like the way that things were, the way we were. Is that a song? The way we were. Um, there's something that happened that you wish, if you both have regrets, like I wish we had done it this way. I wish we had. It's to address that. It's to not live in the past, because remember, you're trying to create a new situation with this person, right? And this is encouraging to see because it's like with some work and effort you can actually bring this together with this person, I think. You know, some people have regrets, we have sadness. That is actually a sign that we care about what happened. If you had a relationship and there's no regret, then okay, you know, it's like our heart is cold in a way. But the fact that you think about this person or they think about you and they're like, I wish I had done that, I could have done this differently, is actually quite nice, because it tells this person, tells you as well, that you actually still have feelings. So in a way, this Five of Hearts energy is like, yes, sadness, but we're sad because we still have emotions towards each other, and so it can be worked out. Now, because you have this spicy little card, what else? This is a special Capricorn reading. Like, what else do you need to know about this bed situation? All right. Okay. I love that I drew on that because you two have a revival that's possible. Yes, you had an ending, right? I see that this is somebody that's like an ex or a past person, and sometimes we don't want to hear about that, Capricorn. But the Queen of Cups and the Empress is what just fell out of my hand. I can't really, actually, let me get it. We have our card. I like using visuals, so I needed to get the card. All right, so this is a new cycle, a rebirth. And I see that there's a lot of passion here. You want this person, you desire this person. They are attractive, they love you. I don't know what else to say, Capricorn. You have no problems. The only problem is this thing. We need to work this out. What are the things we regret? Let's discuss it. Let's deal with our issues so that we can overcome the burdens and get to this part, right? So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I love it. I love it for you. And we're going to move on now to Aquarius. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Oh my gosh, I have not been calling out the signs. Oh God, I'm so like, I keep forgetting that. I need to put a notification on the side of my desk here. All right, so Aquarius. All right, so we're gonna do Aquarius, and Aquarius is at 1:15:59. All right, and I haven't been saying give a thumbs up, but please do. It helps me know that you like the readings. Aquarius, what do we have for Aquarius? Something that can help them in their life as they go forward. We have lamb, okay, and we have the apple. All right, so let me get your meaning. So the lamb talks about simple and innocent friendships, an aspect of your personality that is vulnerable and impressionable. And with the apple, I'm curious about that in relation to the lamb. It talks about good health, healthy influence, love, desire, and fertility. Okay, so Aquarius, your reading just seems so sweet and like pure. It's like it feels like there is relation to somebody that you could be vulnerable with. Maybe you feel almost like you look up to this person. So it could be like a mentor, but it could also be a friend, and it could also be a love interest as well. Um, things are going to progress in a healthier way is kind of the essence of your reading. But let's look a little bit more. Okay, these two want to come out in reverse. Okay, so all right, this is, I want to say this is some kind of soul connection that you're getting a new start on. There's some kind of lease, a new lease on life. It's like maybe you're seeing the issues that you've had with this person. Even though this comes out as like a sweet friendship, relationship type of thing, you might be seeing that as the big energy, right? It's just, you can have issues with people who are your soul mates, even soulmates as friends, right? You can have maybe codependencies, you can have quarrels that you can't overcome, you can feel like some kind of toxic energy sets in sometimes. And I feel like that is what could have happened in your situation. But it's because you two really like each other, right? It's not because of this rare, right? Sometimes you see this devil energy, and it's like people just have all kind of trauma and things by the cards that appear. But this is because you two so like each other, you're so spiritually connected that it feels like your connection could verge sometimes into codependency. So the boundaries between the two of you aren't like very clear, because you are like, I've experienced that, right? Like somebody that you're so excited to be around that sometimes you don't like draw those firm lines or boundaries, and over time things can develop, like resentment and etc. can develop. But this is, as we're saying, it's a good friendship. The base is good. It's a good relationship. The base is good, right? So, and there's a new beginning that is possible for the two of you. Now, let's look at the solution cards. You two, I'm seeing, could have been in some kind of distancing for a while, and that would make sense, right? If you have been very, very close with somebody and some of these issues set in, you could be tempted to just kind of separate a little bit. But with the apple, it is talking about like a healthy way to approach things. So it almost feels like this separation with you and this person has been actually really good, because you're both realizing how you contributed to this situation, and kind of just, through the friendship or relationship slightly off course. But the solution here for you is, actually, it feels like there has been an energy, maybe, and this is your card, Aquarius. So there has been an energy of maybe feeling disconnected or detached from relationships. Like you feel like you are not really in need of the connection. And without trying to, it's not to insult you, but it means that sometimes Aquarius can be quite, how to say that, independent. That's great. And so it could feel like this is how this situation kind of threw you off, because you're so independent, you're so wanting to do things in your own way, that maybe in this connection it could have triggered both of you, where one of you is wanting to maybe lean in, and one of you is like, no, I don't want this. So there's a kind of like, in a way, a runner chaser dynamic I'm seeing, where there's a thing I heard about where with attachment styles, where it's like you have two people, you have people that lean into connections and people that lean away from connections. And of course, you have the secure attachment, which is they have things balanced. But it could feel like that was what was happening here. You both like each other a lot, but one person's way of connecting is leaning in, and maybe your way is leaning out a little bit when that kind of lean in happens, because you find it too much. Now, this feels very specific. But your solution here is actually that you have to acknowledge, if you want this situation, right? If you want to be in connection to somebody, sometimes we do actually have to lean in. And the balance that is great is when you can lean in and lean out as needed. So that is what I'm seeing here. This might have been hard to express, but also I know it might be hard to hear, Aquarius. But the good thing, let's focus on the big good thing, which is you actually have a really good connection. It's rare in life to find this type of thing, friendship or relationship, and I don't think you should lose it. You're being actually called to have a new start here with this person. And this new start involves being more reciprocal with them. Reciprocity is what is going to move this towards a more abundant and safe, secure, healthy relationship. So I think I've said like my full piece on that. All right. Aquarius, that was your message. Okay, for the first time I remembered to call the cards. All right. Capricorn energy, Leo energy, Pisces energy, Libra, Scorpio, Virgo energy, and this is Aries energy. Okay, so your person or you could have these things in your chart. Doesn't have to be. All right, so we're closing off with Pisces. Pisces, okay. I really enjoyed today's readings. If you enjoyed it, please do also let me know with a thumbs up. All right, so Pisces is 124.29. Okay, Pisces. I feel like you're going to be the most interesting. All right, so something for Pisces, something that can help them in their life. Who got squirrel? Somebody else just got squirrel. I wonder if it's Libra. Okay, all right. Sagittarius, I think, is who just got squirrel. So, Pisces, you could be connecting to us. I was gonna say you could be connecting to a squirrel, but you could be connecting to a Sagittarius. All right, so let's look at the squirrel meanings here. We have a symbol of self-preservation and preparedness. Enjoyable visit with friends on the horizon, and this is soothing ourselves. Okay, so sometimes different signs are in a cycle together. So I feel like right now Sagittarius and Pisces could be in a cycle together. All right, so what is the issue here? All right, so for Pisces, and this is your card right here. Something has been a little bit blocked, or you've been staying away from a situation. But it kind of feels like that is changing. Some situation that wasn't moving ahead, and maybe you were undecided, what do I do about it? It feels like suddenly there's change. Pisces, there you could be dealing with Leo, Aries. There is a sense of a new start, a new kind of fiery start with somebody here. Could be a new partner as well that's coming in, Pisces. Could also be you deciding on a new direction for yourself, like true inspiration, true creativity. But also, it's like being bold enough to do something here in your life. Now, this is all very vague, so let me just draw an extra card. Okay, so you might be trying to hone in on something, like to develop the, how to say, the bravery, the courage that's needed to really deal with either one, your finances, but also to come out of your comfort zone with something. And it's like you're getting on a path or a track where you're working towards it slowly. You're taking slow steps towards coming out of this like state of being. Now, your solution cards come up as needing to continue pushing and advocating for yourself, and actually in groups where you are collaborating with people, if there's a project or even a relationship, whatever it is, you need to keep pushing for that. You might be stepping into a phase where you're actually working with people. That's what you need to, this could give you a clue. You actually need to get into that, push for those types of projects where you are working with people. And also, if you are working or collaborating with people, Pisces is known for being a little bit like agreeable, right? Because you're a mutable sign. So if you feel like you're easily swayed in situations where you're working with someone, you might want to just like assert yourself a little bit more. I don't mean to fight with people, but I mean to just learn to say, this is what I feel, this is what I want, this is what I think, and stand up for yourself. So it kind of feels like if I look at that and I come back here, there could be some situation with like a very dominant person in your life. Could be Leo, Aries, Aquarius type of energy, where they're just strong in nature, right? A Pisces energy with a Leo energy is very different. They're both great, but they're different. And so if you are in a situation with this type of person, you are one, could be a boss, could be somebody you work for, could be also with the Emperor, a partner as well. You want to just make sure you assert that your space, your place in the connection, relationship, etc. Right? Don't hold back from saying what you want. And what do you want, Pisces? That's your card right there. You want balance in situations. Okay, and this is about a love connection. This is about a love connection. Um, so, all right. So if this is somebody that you actually want a connection with, Pisces, you're actually being asked to don't play this game with them. It feels like there's somebody that is playing a game. Don't play this dynamic with them. You are meant to stand up for yourself. So if this is something you want, you have to get on the track of like, let's work this out together. But if it's not, you have to say clearly what you want to say. Don't remain quiet. What's the balance here? I kind of feel like you want things to move forward in a certain way. You want a relationship. You want this person to stand up for it. What I would like, you want them to say and be about what they want, what you want, or what they want, right? You want to just move. It feels that, yeah, you were in a stuck energy with this person. You want to move forward. You don't want to be in this place with them. And so really it requires you, Pisces, to say, I want this. I feel I deserve that. And I can, let's work it out together. So it's not like you're telling somebody what they're going to do, but it's like, let's work it out together. But you just want to move out of a certain space, right, with them. So I'm wishing you all the best with this, Pisces. You're either going to be standing up for the relationship that you want, or moving forward. And I want that for you. So I'm wishing you all the best. You could find comfort in your friends. Did I call you signs? No, I did not. Let me see. Okay, I said Aries, Leo, Sag. Aquarius energy was what came through. Pisces. And this was Capricorn type of energy. Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. All right, so that's what I have for you. Wishing you all the best, everybody. And give a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Check your readings in your, I like to say, check your North Node. So what sign is your North Node? Because that's going to tell you where you need to be going in life. Check your Venus if you are interested in love. Check your moon if you are like thinking about certain situations or you're worried about things right now. And of course, your sun sign. Yeah. So that's what I have for you. Wishing you all the best. And I will see you on another reading. Take care.